Triangle novel KY Christopher, Triangle written by KYAMBADDE Christopher, inspired by Nye MWEC Ga Ronix Harden Chapter 1. What makes you believe that nothing holds meaning? That meaning exists only in the interpretation of circumstances? I asked Ronix. He gave a soft, knowing laugh, then delivered his habitual phrase, "It's normal." His smile widened, his chin seemed to lengthen, his eyes narrowed, and something within me stirred uneasily. Like a physician standing over a failing patient, a quiet caution spread through every nerve in my body. My gaze fixed itself upon his lips, as though they concealed more than mere words. Behind that subtle, guarded smile, I sensed it, a story. A story waiting, restrained, seeking release if only time would permit it. On such a weekend, in the closing term of the year, I knew we could not afford to let such a chance slip by. Beneath his damp sleeves, there was a tension, quiet, restrained motion. Not a single hair stirred, yet the sheen of sweat on his chest could not distract me from the urgency of the moment. "Just a few minutes," I said, though the irony of my words did not escape me. "Seriously, Chris, would you truly value it if I told you my story?" Ronix asked. "Who says I can't spare a minute? I'm listening," I replied. And so he began. Moments into his tale, a thought flashed through the corridors of my mind. I must write this down. It could become something profound. And so he continued. "Do you truly believe that love in high school can mean anything?" That question haunted me in the dull, drifting hours of O-level. It led me to a conclusion, a definition that shaped my understanding of love. Love is neither created nor destroyed. It is merely transferred from one soul to another. Yet this was no sudden revelation. It was built upon something deeper. And strangely, not every moment was dull. Some moments made me feel as if the entire world belonged to me. And so, this is where it all began. Like most students, a freshman's first day in high school is wrapped in illusions, not quite fantasy, but a vision of how special the school might become. I carried such an image, a dream, one shared by many boys my age. When that moment finally arrived, I was certain. My hopes had taken shape. This was my moment. The fence by the gate did not daunt me. I had spent plenty of time behind gates and walls. The tall, watchful Ascari did not intimidate me either. I had seen men like him, perhaps even stronger. I kept my eyes outside, though Father kept cautioning me, "Keep your head inside." We drove through the main gate, found a parking spot beside a clumsy building, and stepped out. When Father reached for my hand, I pulled away. "I'm not 12 anymore," I thought. He dismissed it. As we moved along the corridor toward the administration block, Father's gaze stayed fixed ahead, but mine wandered. Students moved everywhere, some strolling, others rushing. Yet none caught my eye. Instead, my imagination painted another picture. A handsome young boy striding with effortless pride. And in that imagined world, I heard it. "That's our big boy, the Guje." "Come on, let's go," Father tapped my shoulder. "What were you looking at? Your sister. She's in A-levels, surely you don't expect her to be loitering here. Let's head inside." Well, I must say, he seems to have a good head on his shoulders. I hope he finds the school comfortable. With such strong performance, he certainly deserves a place here, remarked the Dean of Studies. "Thank you, sir," Father replied. I said nothing. Father called on a couple of strong boys to help carry the suitcase, while we held the rest of our belongings. As we walked beside them, a flicker of discomfort rose in me when I caught their laughter after a brief exchange of glances. Still, I dismissed it. We soon reached a corridor near the kitchen and arrived at the boys' dorm. Father tipped them. "Thanks," they said briefly, almost as if they didn't wish to prolong the words. I admired them, almost as if it were my fault for not being like them. Yet their brevity left me unmoved. I don't need to bow like a servant. I must be the big boy, I told myself. Once Father finished arranging my bed and organizing my things, as if he were furnishing a small apartment, he left, handing the rest over to me. I sat on the bed and reached for a snack. A few beds away, a group of boys gathered around another bed. The boy in the center told stories that lit smiles on the others' faces, and soon they laughed together. Yet I felt no pull to join them. Suddenly my stomach rumbled, loud, insistent, as though I had swallowed a truckload of wood. It paused, then growled again. I knew it wouldn't leave me in peace until I found relief. I sprang from the bed and called out, "Hey, can anyone show me the toilets?" Laughter erupted around me, all but one boy whose bed was above mine. "Why are they laughing?" I asked him. "Because you didn't say please." "The same thing happened to me when I arrived on Monday evening," he said, then added, "I needed to pee, but I didn't know where the urinals were. Those bastards laughed until I said please." I shifted, uneasy. His story stretched on, but my urgency grew sharper. I asked him to guide me, confessing I was close to my limit. He led me to the toilets, speaking as we went, recounting his first days at school. In those fleeting moments, I realized how much we shared. Standing beside him felt like meeting a long-lost twin. He carried the same dreams, the same quiet hunger. With him, I could already see us moving through the grounds as if we owned them. "My name is Jacob. Welcome to Midland High School," he said, smiling. In that instant, a quiet voice within me said, "This is my person." "I'm Ronix," I replied. "It's good to meet you."